So today we're diving into the world of e-commerce platforms. We're looking at pricing, specifically comparing a giant like Shopify to a low-cost challenger like Hostinger. Our mission was pretty simple, really. We wanted to see if you could actually run a successful online business for like the price of a coffee.
Hmm.
I mean, you've got Shopify, which powers almost 5 million stores, and they can charge thousands a month.
Right.
Then you have Hostinger promising basically the same thing for $4. That's a 500x difference. We had to know how fast that gap just vanishes.
Well, the first thing we have to clarify is that we're not really comparing apples to apples here.
Okay.
That $4 sticker price is, it's designed to distract you from a really fundamental technical difference. We're talking about a dedicated e-commerce ecosystem versus a standard host with a shopping cart.
Let's dig into that Hostinger price then. So for $4, and that price expires on renewal, by the way.
An important detail.
A very important detail. You get a free domain, an AI builder, drag and drop editor, 0 transaction fees. On paper, it looks amazing, an 86% saving over Shopify's basic plan.
It does.
But if the price is that low, they have to be cutting some serious corners. What is Shopify doing that Hostinger just isn't?
Well, Shopify is an 18-year-old platform. It's a complete, comprehensive ecosystem where everything is built in. It's native.
Right.
Hostinger is, it's essentially a WordPress host that relies on WooCommerce plugins to handle the store part.
So third-party tools.
Exactly. And you instantly lose critical features Shopify is built on. Things like multi-channel selling to Instagram or Amazon, abandoned cart recovery, gift cards.
And the App Store, right? That's huge for Shopify.
It's massive. Over 8,000 vetted specific tools. And on top of that, Hostinger's limitations are structural. I mean, we found it's really only functional for testing an idea with maybe under 100 items.
That's it. 100.
It's literally designed for small businesses only. We heard from one person in our source group who started getting site errors after just 400 items.
Wow.
Yeah, he had to do a costly emergency migration off the platform.
Okay, that context definitely makes the price difference clearer. So let's flip to Shopify's side. We know there are premium costs. For a business that's growing, those 2% transaction fees, that can mean $12,000 a year on $600,000 in sales. And a premium theme might cost, what, $350?
That's right. Typically, a store that's scaling will land somewhere between $150 and $300 a month, all in.
So how does Hostinger's cost change when you start adding back those missing features? I mean, you mentioned plugins.
It changes a lot.
Yeah.
To get even close to what Shopify offers natively, users have to buy about 17 different third-party plugins.
Wait, 17? That just sounds like a maintenance nightmare. Forget the cost.
It is. It's both. The primary hidden tax is your time and your frustration, but it's also financial.
So what do those plugins cost?
They range from $30 to $100 each. Plus themes are another $100 to $200. Once you add that all up, that 500x price gap, it shrinks fast. You might only be saving 50%, and that's before you count your time.
So looking at the return on that complexity, when does Shopify's big, expensive infrastructure actually start to pay off?
It pays off the moment growth becomes your priority. Shopify is built for enterprise-level complexity, custom reporting, bespoke shipping rates, you name it.
Okay.
That ecosystem becomes absolutely essential once you're hitting around $50,000 in monthly sales. At that point, the risk of things breaking outweighs any savings.
So our data really makes the verdict pretty clear. Hostinger, with its limits like only one navigation level and reports that aren't very deep, it's for a side project. It's for when saving every single dollar is the main goal. And Shopify is for a real business that needs to grow without hitting a ceiling and facing a painful migration later on. The big insight here seems to be that the $4 price is just. It's deeply misleading if you actually plan to scale. You're forced to manually patch features together, and you end up losing momentum.
Which I think raises a really important question for you, the listener, when you're planning for the future. When you evaluate any business tool, the critical question isn't what's the initial price. It's what is the cost of outgrowing this system. You have to think about long-term flexibility, not just today's bargain.